Okay, Study Guide 10.0. We're on number 9. And number 9 says, if I have this trinomial and it's being divided by this monomial, how do I do that? Trinomial divided by a monomial. Well, if I wrote it another way, perhaps that would help you. What if I wrote it like this, divided by 4m? The question you have to ask yourself here is, what is being divided by 4m? And the answer is every stinking term in the numerator is being divided by 4m. That means this is being divided by 4m, this is being divided by 4m, and this is being divided by 4m. So we're going to rewrite this as 3 separate fractions, 2m cubed divided by 4m plus 16m squared divided by 4m minus 8m divided by 4m. And then we're going to treat every fraction separately. So we're going to do this one first. So what we're going to do is, I'm sorry, this is 24. So what we're going to do first, 24 is 6 times 4. M to the 3rd power looks like that. And this is 4 times m, which looks like that. We can cancel out the 4's and the m's, and we're left with 6. M times itself 2 times is 6m squared. Plus 16m squared is 4 times m times m. And 4m is 4 times m. One set of 4's cancels out, one set of m's cancels out, and we are left with 4m minus, if we have 8m, that's 4 times 2 times m over 4 times m. Those cancel out, and you're left with a 2. And this is your answer. Dividing every stinking term in this trinomial by 4m. And number 10. Okay, the area of a rectangle is 18x squared. And area is length times width. And the width is 6x. They tell us that the width is 6x. And the question is, what is the length? Well, if length times width equals 18x squared, and the length I don't know, but the width is 6x, and this times this is the area of the entire rectangle, the question is, what's the length? What times 6x equals 18x squared? What times 6x would equal 18x squared? Well, 6 times 3 is 18, and x times x is x squared. I think we have our answer. 3x times 6x equals 18x squared, doesn't it? I think so. It's not so bad. All right, number 11 is the 2 rectangles. One looks like this, and this is its length and width. And then a smaller one looks like this, and this is its length and width. And I want to know the area of this shaded part only. So it's this entire big rectangle with this chunk removed? Well, first I can get the area of this entire rectangle here by multiplying the length times the width, which would be 3x times 4x plus 5. That's the length and the width. It's a monomial times a binomial. Which would be 3x times 4x is 12x squared. 3x times 5 is 15x. Combine everything inside here. They're not like terms, so 12x squared plus 15x would be the area of the large rectangle. And the area of the small rectangle is length times width, which is 2x times x. Monomial times a monomial. You could do this if you wanted to. And it would just be 2x squared. That's the area of the small rectangle. So if I removed the small rectangle from the large rectangle, what would be left would be that shaded area, right? So if I take the area of the large rectangle, which is this, and I subtract the area of the smaller rectangle, I just take that bite and pull it out. If I subtract the area of this, which we decided was this, that's going to give me the area of what's left. The big area minus this little rectangle right here. So the way I would do this is distribute a 1 here and a negative 1 here, and we would get 12x squared plus 15x minus 2x squared. Combine like terms. This combined with this would be 10x squared, and this guy doesn't have a partner. And they didn't tell us what the units were, so we'll just call it units squared since it's area. That would be the area of the left remaining shaded part. Now I added a couple more problems on there. I'm going to do these real quick. My yard is 2x plus 5 units long. I'm going to assume my yard's a rectangle. And my yard is x minus 3 units wide. What is the area of my yard? Well, area is length times width, and I have the length and the width of my yard. So if I just multiply those together, length times width, we should get the area. We are multiplying two binomials. It's a 2 by 2 Punnett square. And I have a binomial this way, x and negative 3. A binomial this way, 2x and 5. 2x times x is 2x squared, 5x. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6 times x, and negative 15. When I combine like terms, I get 2x squared. Combine these, I have 6 negative x's and 5 positive x's. That's 1 negative x, and I have a negative 15 remaining, and that would be units squared because it's area. And the last one is the sum of two binomials is blank. One of the binomials is blank. What's the other? We did this in class. I'm just going to tell you real quick. I think I made up numbers for this and I don't even remember, so I'll just make some new ones up and show you how to do it one more time. The sum of two binomials is 12y squared plus 7y. One of the binomials is 3y squared minus y. What's the other? So the sum of two binomials is this. Sum means addition. So we're going to add two binomials, and their sum is going to be this right here. 12y squared plus